guys, welcome back to my channel and another monthly haul. This will be for the month of August, which just kind of like zipped right by. I don't know how August is over already. So I know I say this like every month, but I really truly do feel like this time I did not buy that much. But there was a lot of stuff along the way that did tempt me. And I kind of wanted to talk about that with you this month and see if maybe you guys like this format. Because I feel like I come on here and I'm like, oh, this is what I bought, and I bought this, and I bought this, and I bought this. And I feel like maybe a lot of people probably see this and go like, wow, she buys a lot, or, you know, like I wish I could buy that much or something like that. And I want you guys to see like why I buy as much as I do, or like the things that I pass up, or just my thought process when buying this stuff. Because, you know, for me, this is my main hobby pretty much right now. I have like two really big hobbies, and it's like this and crafts basically. And so most of my spending money goes into my own hobbies. And I want you guys to see like how I kind of make that decision-making process, and maybe like why I choose to spend money the way I do, because sometimes, you know, we get into that a little emotional spending. And so I want to talk about that with you today, because there was a lot of opportunities this month where I almost succumbed to that. And I just wanted to show you, I don't know, maybe that side of this hobby, because I feel like a lot of people in this hobby do have that feeling as well. And if you guys enjoy that format, let me know. If you'd rather do without me talking about the things that I passed up or was tempted by, let me know that too. And then I can kind of use that information and decide how I want to keep doing this going forward. So the first thing was at the very beginning of August, on like the 1st, I placed an order for cotton rounds on Amazon, and it was 1,200 cotton rounds on Amazon. And I posted on my Instagram, I showed a picture of this, and this is just my Helmer drawer that I keep all my cotton rounds in for convenience. And I was running really low, so I was out and about, and I went to a couple stores, and I was just like, oh, they're kind of expensive. And I looked on Amazon, and you can get them way cheaper. And so I ended up picking up 1,200 of them. And when the package came, my boyfriend was like, oh, there's an Amazon package. What is it? Because I'm the only one who orders anything in this house. And I was like, oh, those are just my cotton rounds. And he goes, what? And I was like, what? He's like, Hillary, this package is huge. I was like, oh, I ordered a few cotton rounds. He was like, what is wrong with you? But I think it looks really nice. So then the first temptation came up on August 4th. I saw a couple people posting on Instagram about this brand called Passport Polish. I'd never heard of it before, but they were having like a temporary like going dark sale, because I think the maker is about to have a baby. And so everything was $2. Like all the polishes were $2. And I was having a really bad day at work. I was like I was just getting the worst of it on all ends, from like my customers, from one of my coworkers. And I was just like, I just want to spend a bunch of money for no reason. And so I went onto the website, and I was like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if I just bought everything from the brand? And then I did a video on it, and then I was like, Hillary, that would be really stupid, because the brand is going dark for an indeterminate amount of time. So even if you do the video, nobody's going to be able to buy the things that you're showing them. So really you're just like, look at all this stuff I got, you know? And I was like going around and around and around in my head, and I kept adding stuff to my cart anyways. And then I just stopped. And by the end of the workday at 5 o'clock, I got up and I stepped away from my computer, and I went for a walk. And I played my little walking phone game that I like to play called Pikmin Bloom, where it's like basically just a glorified pedometer, and you walk around and you can like hatch Pikmin. It's by the same people that made Pokemon Go, but it's just Pikmin. And I did that for like an hour. And then when I came back home, I had forgotten about the polishes. I had completely forgotten about what I was wrestling with earlier. And I was just like hanging out. And then I was like, oh, I gotta go check something on my computer real quick. When I turned the screens back on, there was my cart sitting there. And I was like, oh yeah. And then I just clicked out of it. But I was like, just like one more bad thing away from spending like $70 on nail polish that I didn't know anything about. So I saved myself there. And then the next day was August 5th, and that was polish pickup. And there was so many that I wanted, which is funny because I didn't really, when I saw the inspiration was like, it's like marine magic or something. It's like, you know, like oceans and underwater and all that. I was like, I didn't care. I'm not a big like water person. I'm not like a lake life girl. I'm not any of that kind of stuff. I don't like particularly care about mermaids or anything like that, you know, so nothing really tied me to that theme. But there's so many beautiful polishes, and I was like, oh, I can't narrow this down. But finally, I told myself, like, Hillary, September is the Halloween month, and you are going to spend more than your fair share. So narrow it down. And so I picked the two polishes that had initially called to me when I was like kind of scrolling through the Facebook group. And the first one is the Vanessa Molina, and this is Silencio Bruno. And this is a really beautiful, like kind of like purple leaning blue with these huge flakes in it. Like when I saw the swatch, I was like, I gotta have it. I know I gotta have it. And so I'm excited for this one. I got two blues, like go figure. Look at all the blue I'm in right now. This is so silly, Hillary. And then I got a Colores de Carol called In Every Ocean. And this is like a teal blue with these solid red flakes that are kind of like metallic. And it was just that red against the blue that really drew me into this. This color combo is really just everything. And I have like one by Colores de Carol that I got in the D-stash, but it is a brand that I have been interested in for many years to try. A couple nail YouTubers that I've watched in the past have talked really highly about this brand, and so I'm really happy I picked this one up. It is really, really pretty. Oh, and I also bought the neodymium magnet because, you know, we've been talking about magnets on this channel a little bit here, and I was like, well, maybe this will fix my problems, and I'm sure it won't, but now I have the big magnet, so I'm happy. Okay, so things were a little bit quiet for a few days on my end, and then on August 10th came the whole advent calendar thing. Somebody on one of the Facebook groups I'm in posted asking like, oh, what brands are offering Halloween advent calendars? And I was like, I'm interested. And so I was like looking through the comments, and I was opening up a few of the ones that they were talking about. And I saw one from Ethereal. Everybody's hyping up Ethereal since I can remember. And so I checked it out, and it was Jack Skellington themed, you know, like it was Nightmare Before Christmas. And first of all, come for me if you want, but Nightmare Before Christmas is a Christmas movie. It is not a Halloween movie. It's not both, okay? It's a Christmas movie. I mean, you can watch a movie whenever you want, but I just feel like there's this eternal debate on, is it Christmas or is it a Halloween movie? And I'm convinced it's a Christmas movie. Halloween happens for like 4 seconds in it. I digress. But yeah, it was Nightmare Before Christmas themed, and I was a huge Nightmare Before Christmas kid, especially in middle school. I had this really dirty, disgusting Jack Skellington hoodie that I wore every day for every waking moment of my life, and it was in tatters by the time I got to 9th grade. I think that my mom probably threw it out when I wasn't looking because it was just so bad. And so I was thinking like, oh, I should buy this, unbox it on my channel, try out a brand that everybody's hyping up, Ethereal, that I haven't tried before. And then I looked at the details, and I found out that they are minis. Now, a mini for Ethereal is 11 milliliters according to the posting, and I believe Ethereal's like full size are 15 milliliters, so it's not like too significant of a size difference. I don't know, paying $90 for 10 polishes that are branded as minis, I just felt like, oh, I don't know. And then I was like, oh, what if I really like the brand? And then I want to buy more from the brand, and then they just don't sit right in my drawers because I feel like putting an 11 milliliter bottle in my mini drawer is going to be too big. But then if I put it in my regular drawer and then I put like the full size in there too, it's going to look weird. And this is like my thought process that I'm going through the whole time. And then finally I was like, you know what? I'm going to get irritated in the future. And so that somehow like talked me down, and I was like, I will just try a full size some other time. Okay, speaking of Halloween, the next day, August 11th, I bought this hot mess from Polish Pick, and this is the China Glaze Vain Villains Halloween 2022 collection. I have since reviewed and posted that review. I'll put it up in the cards for you. Let me just run through the polishes really quick. We have 3 mattes. We have a black called Evil Queen, a white Sinful Soul, and a pink called Twisted Sister. And then we have a cream polish called Once a Witch, Always a Witch. That's the green here, probably one of my more favorite ones in the collection if I had to pick a favorite. And then there is a purple with a blue shimmer running through it called Rotten to the Core. And I also like this one, but I like every purple, so that doesn't count. And then finally we have Deadly Desire, which is a kind of red glitter. And I mean, obviously you can tell from the way I'm talking right now, and if you haven't watched my review, like, check it out, but I was just thoroughly disappointed. This is like my most like exciting collection of the year is, you know, when China Glaze announces their Halloween collection. And when I saw this year, I was just like, oh, okay, what happened? It didn't blow my socks off. It didn't even like my socks, you know. I'm just like, okay, all right, it happened. I'm trying to block it out of my mind. But yeah, I placed the order for those, and then I was also tempted by Ice Cream Nails. They sent out an email, and it was like a $10 off, like off your next purchase. And again, having a bad day at work, it seems to be a theme here. And I was like, oh, $10 off, that's pretty good. I should go check it out. And I started going through their website, and I found myself trying to like force myself to want stuff from the website, but I didn't have anything from them on my wish list right now. You know, nothing has really screamed to me. You know, Ice Cream Nails didn't scream at me. And I got to like page 3 or 4, and I was like, Hillary, you're buying just to buy. Like, just get out of this. And so I exited out of it, and I went about my day, and then I didn't even remember that I was even looking at this until I got like a second email saying like, oh, don't waste your $10 off coupon. And I was just like, delete. Okay, and then this is the last thing that I actually did purchase, and it's not even here yet because this is the Polished Up Gamers box, which goes live in the middle of the month and doesn't ship until like 3 weeks later, similar to Polished Pickup. So I won't get these items until September, but I bought them in August, which is why I haul them in August. So the theme this month was Kirby, and I've never really played any Kirby games until recently. I did play one on my Switch, and I beat it with my boyfriend. My boyfriend loves Kirby. Like, he's obsessed with Kirby. There's 2 things in this world that make me think of him whenever I see them, and that's frogs and anything Kirby related, because he just loves them. And so I was like, I gotta get a couple Kirby polishes. Now, the photos I'm going to show you, they're from the Facebook group for Polished Up Gamers. These are not my photos. I just wanted to show you guys a reference point of what I'm talking about. So the first polish that I got was a Danny Vienna polish, and it's called Star Travel. And this brand has really been like after my heart lately. I wasn't super aware of them until like this year. And now it's just like they're putting out so much really cool stuff. They are like especially talented, I think, at taking a concept and creating a polish that matches that concept so exactly that you don't need to know what they were like using as an inspiration, because the polish tells the story itself. Like, the maker, she does an amazing job, and I like her new cap. I feel like it looks really nice with the bottle. So I mean, that's neither here nor there, but I just like the cap. So this polish, it just looked like Kirby in a bottle to me. It's like that perfect Kirby pink, and it's got star glitters running through it, and just perfect. I also picked up Phoenix Forgotten Land. This was like a last minute like whim edition. I had already planned out like what I was going to get, and then I just threw this in there because I was kind of on a magnetics kick, and I still am like on a magnet kick trying to like figure out and get good. And it was just like, it's the perfect like grungy green and black magnetic. Did I say it's called Forgotten Land? And I own one from this brand that I got from the Little Box of Horrors, the X-Files box, and I really liked that one. The quality was nice, and so I ended up picking this one up as well because I just was kind of like doing the magnetics video, and I was like, all right, let's do it. And then they had a stamping plate by, I think the brand is called Apipla, and this is a Kirby stamping plate, and I was just like, oh, hey, to my boyfriend. I'm like, hey, they got a Kirby stamping plate, and he's like, you're getting that, right? And I was like, I could. And he's like, no, you're getting that, right? And I was like, okay, I am. And it's got like little Kirby faces and just little Kirby's, and it's really precious. And so I'm thinking, when I hit 2,000 and he said that he'll come on and he'll do a Q&A and let me paint his nails, maybe I'll stamp his nails with the Kirby plate. And then the last thing I did get, it's not even like nail related, and don't tell him, but they had a Kirby pop socket. I don't know why I'm like whispering, he's not here, and it's not going to affect if he watches this video, which he doesn't. So, but they had a Kirby pop socket, and I bought him a pop socket last year to put in his stocking, and it's like this bright neon yellow because he always loses his phone, and I thought, well, at least with that on there you won't lose your phone. And he thought the pop socket was stupid, and now he uses it nonstop because he's always dropping his phone on his face. But that Kirby pop socket was precious, and so I picked that up to put into a stocking this year. And yes, I am halfway done with my Christmas shopping. Don't talk to me. And then finally, I was tempted one more time, and that was on August 25th. Somebody posted about somebody's D-stash. It was Coherent Claws D-stash, and they have like so many good polishes for a really reasonable price in a D-stash. Like, they had BKLs and wallflowers, and they were like 12 bucks a piece, which if you've ever purchased a wallflower lacquer or a BKL from a D-stash, you know that people amp those prices up like 30 bucks or more. And so I was really shocked to see D-stash prices like that. And I started kind of like picking through and looking at them and kind of making a little bit of a list. And then I was like, again, Hillary, polish pickup is coming. And you have, I already have like 5+ polishes that I've seen where I'm like, I gotta have those. So, yeah, I ended up passing. And then that night also, my boyfriend and I went to Meijer to pick some stuff up, and I saw this giant file, and I was like, I want this stupid thing. There's something so novel about an object that is way bigger or way smaller than it should be. I don't know what it is. I just love really tiny versions of things and really giant versions of things. And seeing that really giant nail file, I was like, I mean, it's for your feet, but I'm like, I would use that on my nails. I'd be over here like with a giant file like this. And I hung it back up and walked away because I was like, Hillary, you have a file in every room of your house. What are you going to do with that? I have 2 sitting next to me right now, so I don't need it. So yeah, and that was the conclusion of my month. I'm lying to you. I actually bought the entire Retro Essentials collection from Cleonid Cosmetics, and I bought the 2 dragon fruit ones as well. Whoopsie daisy. Oh my gosh, I lied again. Okay, I'm back again. People were watching my In Search Of video, and a lot of people reached out to me, and Hobbit Thumbs specifically over on Instagram offered to send me the fun lacquers, the Holo Taco or the Simply Nailogical fun lacquers. So I got those, and so big shout out to her. Thank you. And then Polish She Wrote DM'd me and found the Girly Bits polish that I really wanted. So I got that too. Okay, bye. I didn't buy anything after that. I wasn't really tempted by anything after that because it's just been so busy. We've just been running around. We got like a birthday stuff and just like so many events, you know? But yeah, let me know what you guys picked up this month, and let me know if you guys liked me like throwing in a little bit of an addition of like the things that tempted me and like how or why I walked away from those things. And if you don't like it, it's really easy for me to just not do it, so I won't be offended, you know? It's less for me to say, I guess. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought of this, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.